So in less than 4 weeks, I've taken 8 payouts with Top Step and made around $50,000. And I'm going to show you exactly how I did that. I'm going to show you the stats. I'm going to show you the strategy breakdown. And I'm also going to talk about the psychology needed to obtain this type of success and maintain it. So first things first, you can see here, we've got some pretty juicy numbers, right? Some juicy numbers here. Last month, I'm on a bit of a flawless victory here. It's not really a flex, right? I don't think it's a flex. I think it's pretty dangerous to actually be on a win streak like this because I actually don't want these next couple of days to be red, right? There's a part of me that wants to continue to see green, which can be dangerous. So I've typically run around 5 funded 50K accounts on Top Step and just kind of cycle between them. So we'll have a look at another account over here. This one's pretty green as well. One red day last month, but you know, we've got some pretty big numbers here. Now let's look at some statistics, and I'm going to talk about some of the success I've had because I just look for base hits with the way that I trade simple price action. I look for base hits and I either add to winners or cut losers, right? But what I also do, you'll see some like random numbers here where there's some pretty, on the bigger trades, you'll see, okay, you know, there's like a 6K day here somewhere, 13 trades. There's some other days like 19. Like these aren't me actually taking 19 trades. This is either adding into positions or taking size off, or because realistically, I'm looking for 1 to 3 trades a day max. But I'm also kind of loosey-goosey with my accounts. I'll be on like a one-on-one student call or whatever and just kind of fucking around, showing examples and taking trades on the fundeds. Because like there's a level of psychology you need with these, which is I don't care. Like you really need that. This is me just kind of like venting, like really just trying to freestyle my psychology and how I found success. And I know a big part of it is the lack of care, in a sense, not the lack of care of setups, but lack of care of accounts. So if we have a look over here, this is kind of, why does it start at 9? I guess this is just this month. Yeah, this will be this month. So like taking a payout, build it back up, take a payout, build it back up, take a payout. That's kind of how I do it. You know, I have a better win rate than this. This is actually skewed against me because I think it's me just kind of dicking around in coaching calls and stuff like that or cutting size. I don't know what this is, but I definitely have a way better win rate than that. Average win to loss is skewed nicely in my favor. Average winning hold is longer than cutting the losses quicker, which is good. And just looking for those base hits, man. You know, some crazy numbers here. Let's have a look at the payouts. 8 payouts. So the first payout was on the 25th, and now it's the 20th of the following month. So in under a month, this is 8 payouts. I'm taking one more tomorrow, which will be 9, and it's a max payout as well. That'll be 9 really juicy payouts. Now, I don't know what these numbers, I think it comes close to 50,000 Australian dollars, but I've also got anyone that follows me on socials and shit know that I started a personal account this month as well at 5K, and now it's up to 18. So like, it's been a wild month, man. And I'm going to show you exactly how I did this and the psychology I needed that I like implemented in order to achieve these numbers because, you know, I didn't think I would ever get to this point as a trader. Like I really didn't. I was the guy that's basically crying. Like, okay, I won't say basically, I'm trying to get out of it. Literally crying in a room because I wanted this so bad, but I just couldn't figure it out. I couldn't get that success that I so badly wanted. 5 years later, showing up every single day. Doesn't mean I'm trading every day, but I'm showing up every day. And slowly but surely, you become that guy, right? You don't know the transition period, but you will become that guy. So with that being said, let's jump over to the charts here. And I want to show you some of the setups and the mindset and the way that I approach the market to achieve these types of numbers and this level of success. So I'm a price action trader, meaning I read candlesticks and market structure and build the bias based on that in order to take my trades. So for instance, this was a trade that was actually taken on stream, but it's a really good example of how I approach the market. So high volume time, in this case, London Open. There's a level here where you could call it support and resistance. I would just call it a key area where price is respecting. A candle broke above that, retested, held above. I entered there. My full take profit was above this range. Stop loss was underneath that current wick. And let it run. Partials were taken there because the way that I do it is, and the way that I teach it is to take partials along the way, move to BE when you can. Partials were taken there. Full TP was above this range, and then the rest, and that's the story of the trade, right? Now, with some of the bigger trades where you can get away with letting partials run, you can add to it as it goes, right? You can add to it, or you can cut size as it goes. If you put on a decent amount of size here, again, this is me talking about how I approach it. I can start to cut one micro, cut one micro, cut one micro as it's on its way. Another setup, which was actually taken here today on a coaching call. I was on a call with one of my guys. I'm like, man, I know we're on a call, but I don't know if you got your computer in front of you, but there's an actual nice setup right now. And we both took this. I made about $1,000 on this trade. It doesn't look big, but these ranges are big. This was like 30 pips. So basically what happened was, okay, it's going to be hard for me unless I do a full strategy breakdown, but there's a respected level, strength in the opposite direction. My entry was sitting there. I sold, filled this wick here, and that was like $1,000 for me, 30 pips, easy money, right? Simple price action, no indicators, just reading the market at a high volume time and executing the trades. And playing the game in that manner has got me around $50,000 in my bank, in my pocket from these markets in this month alone. Isn't that fucking insane? Isn't that just the craziest shit? Like these candles, man, we just pull money out of it. And these prop firms give us the opportunity to do that. But you need to know the system. You need the strategy, the psychology. And one more thing you need is right here, a journal. You need your journal set up. You need to know the playbook, the setups, and what wins and what doesn't. You got to treat this like collect the data. You got to collect the data, right? So my data shows me what works, what doesn't, and over 1,000 trades, I can start to paint a picture. The other cool thing with my journal is I can filter it, right? I can pick on London during, or, you know, on London when I take a short position on a Wednesday, for instance, what's my win rate? Or, you know, you can really filter it down and then start to gamify this and track your statistics in a real, I guess, statistical way. So in order to find this level of success, again, $50,000 in my pocket this month alone is treating this the way that it needs to be treated. I know my playbook really well. I go heavy on my A+ setups. I cut size on the shitty trades. I add to the winning trades. I keep a journal of the trades, especially the losing trades. And most importantly, when we're trading prop, and this is mainly for experienced guys, don't get emotionally invested about these accounts. If it goes, it's fine. You just get another one, right? It's $50. Because trust me, what is going to happen, and this is for guys that aren't at that point yet, you will get all the money that you've spent on challenges and blown accounts back in 1 month. I promise you. If you can treat this the right way and keep showing up and fine tune the craft, you will have a month where you get all of the blown accounts back plus some, right? And then from there, you get to a point where you're like, oh man, I see what's up. You're not meant to treat these accounts like your little baby. You're like, oh, I don't want to lose it. Brother, that's not how the game's played when you get to a certain level, okay? Again, I'm actually requesting one more payout here tomorrow, and that's going to be 9 payouts in under a month. These are big, juicy payouts, man. Like I said, base hits, journal, the right psychology, and showing up every day. And you can achieve this 100%. I'm nothing special. I'm just the guy that kept showing up. That's all I am, the guy that kept showing up. Awesome, man. I hope you enjoyed this. I thought it'd be cool to show you some statistics, show you that this can be done, and some of the ways that I did it. And if you want to learn from me directly and work with me one-on-one to help you get to this point, there's a link in the description for that as well. So awesome, man. Have a good day. Appreciate you guys. Bye-bye.